All right, so welcome back to the A to Z challenge. It's been a long year, a lot's happened, and because of that, I'm going to go ahead and stick with my writing theme. But my theme from last year was everything that nobody ever talks about with writing, and my theme for this year is pretty much going to be talking about everything that everybody talks about with writing. So it's going to be writing advice. And we're going to start, of course, with A, which is a great place to start off when we're talking about advice and where it comes from and how it works or doesn't work, as the case may be. So, with writing, it's a really personal experience for everyone. And so, because of that, everybody has a different idea about how it should go, how it will go, and how it went for them. So, when somebody gives you advice, they're giving you advice that they wished they'd had when they were at this part of the journey that they think that you're at now. This is a lot of people assuming a lot of different things, which means that a lot of things are going to kind of get crossed in translation and aren't going to be that good. So this is the biggest problem I feel with writing advice in general is that it's hard to understand all of the bits and pieces of it, the nuances of it, until you've lived through a bit of it. And in general, writing advice sometimes makes us feel really bad. Like you've heard people say, write every day, and that's just not physically possible. Like if you're moving or doing construction work on your own home while also doing a full-time job or something like that, it's possible you're going to miss a day or two of writing. And that write every day advice makes some people feel really, really bad about themselves and their abilities. Like, I'd really be able to be a great writer if I could write every day. But gosh darn it, I had the flu this weekend and I couldn't get out of the bathroom long enough to type 5 words. So you can see how that advice hurts some people. And for other people, it's like, oh, oh yeah, I should write every single day if I really want to be a writer. That makes sense. And while those are kind of extremes, it's actually really true. So if writing advice makes you feel bad about yourself, it's probably not the advice for you. And if writing advice makes you feel good about yourself, hmm, sometimes it's really good advice, and sometimes you're just hearing what you want to hear. So maybe it's not the greatest advice. So in general, with advice, you need to be really careful. You have to sort of weed through all of it, not all of the things that grow in your garden or plants that you want there. Sometimes all kinds of things grow in your garden, and it's just the same way with advice. Sometimes it's good advice, and sometimes it's bad advice, and it's really hard to tell when you're just starting out whether the advice is good advice or bad advice. So, stick to it, weed through it, figure it out, and it's all very personal. So don't feel bad if it doesn't make sense to you. But writing advice, that's what we're gonna be talking about for this whole time. So yeah, yay! I'm excited.